if you was to choose any other race, what race would you be? And he asked people like it's black, and we said black. Every person that got asked that question, they said black. We would not want to be any other race, because it's like we are just like everything. Even though we go through so much crap, we love being black. Hi guys, it's your girl Kalami Echiko, and thank you so much for clicking on today's video. Now this is a topic that just makes me want to rumble with someone. Now I do have like a mic up there, but it's not, I don't know how to correctly work it, so maybe I can figure it out, because I wanted to use a mic that I have so y'all can hear me more better and more clearer, and I just wanted to feel like more cooler with a mic. So I'm going to try to figure out how to work this mic so I can use it within my sit down talking videos. But yes, y'all, let's begin. Here is some fun facts, true facts about knitting, where it all started up first. Now, knitting has started up in Egypt, where all of the cool Arabs live. And do people even know this? Like, do they even know when knitting began, or they're just knitting up like for fun as a hobby and they're just like whatever about it? Or is it people like me curious about where knitting actually came from, just so I won't be like lost in the loop and actually know what I'm getting myself into? Now, I love knitting. I started knitting up in 2021 of April, which is cool. That's my birthday month. Yeah. So knitting has started up in Egypt, in Africa, just to be exact, which is like everything. When I learned that, I felt so much more happier to knit, because when you learn about history, a lot of history of today and like years ago, what people are still doing today, comes from black people. Let's be honest here. Now, here's the thing. You see me, you see the color of my skin, I look like a black African American girl, but the funny thing is, not only black people are like black, other races come from us, which is pretty cool. I just learned the other day that Asians come from us. And it's a place in it's in South Africa. The place is called Sand something.
They just don't show it. But they're and remember this too. The Asiatic face, by the way, comes from the San people from South Africa. You saw the way Mandela looked like a black Chinese man?
Yes.
That's where all Asians come from. The San people, who are the oldest people on the planet, from South Africa. Those are those Bushmen, but they look like black Chinese.
Right.
That's where the Chinese look comes from.
With the clicking
with
noise.
the click. That's where the Chinese come from. Yeah. The San people in South Africa. That Asian look is black.
And I wonder how they got so like light skinned like that. Maybe from like changing locations of like your area of where you live, because I swear to you, if you was to go to like Jamaica or Africa, your skin, or like Hawaii, somewhere different from where your body is used to, your skin is gonna look completely different. It's gonna look so much more better than here in New York City. Here in New York City, you gotta spend so much money just for your skin to look like smooth and nice, and of course you have to work out as well and eat correctly, but you have to spend so much money on the correct moisturizers and stuff like that, you know, here in New York City. So in Egypt, where knitting first started, it started in, I think it was like 1400 AD. I know, 1400 AD, which is crazy, you know? And after Egypt, it transferred over into Spain. So in Egypt, before it went to Spain, they started to knit up socks, which is cool. But you know what's so crazy? I figured they would knit up like a sweater or like something more. I think, see, this is the thing. I never knitted up socks before. It looks pretty simple and like easy to get, but I would never think it would be socks at first. I figured it would be like a hat, a scarf. Scarf is so quick and easy. I figured it would be that first, but it was definitely socks. And then it transferred over into Spain. And they started knitting up socks too, and where like these women would come into church and get like all their knitting garments and stuff like that, and they would just knit up socks together and have conversations. Like today, where it's like these people who's like popular, or you don't really have to be popular on Instagram, but it's these people that's well known on Instagram. They get together, I guess they live in the same area, and they all go together, like they have like a picnic and stuff like that. I don't really like to say picnic, but because of the word where it comes from. But some people say it don't really come from that, but I feel like it really do. And if you want to know, like, the reason why, I don't really want to, like, say it because it's just, like, very heartbreaking. But, yes, they used to all get together, like, somewhere, like, outside into the grass, and they would all get together and knit. Same thing, just different time, which is amazing. So yeah, after Spain, they was knitting up socks and probably many other things too. But yes, that was the very, very first thing they started knitting up first ever was socks. And socks is still popular today. You get to put your like fruit, animals on your socks, anything you want, which is cool. You keep it simple, or you could keep it like colorful and pretty, you know, stuff like that. I love it. Now I do want to knit up me some socks so I can like wear them in my outfits, because I want to like knit up socks where it's like pretty long to where you see it within my outfit. I don't know, because I like showing off like what I'm like wearing, because I love fashion, and fashion is just so cool. You get to dress up how you want. Nothing crazy now. I am a Muslim woman, so I have to dress like a certain, like, not too like much, but I can still have fun with like my clothing pieces, you know. The culture and knitting for in ancient Egypt was knitting up socks, which is pretty cool. Then transferred over to Spain, and they started knitting up socks, and it just kept going down the line, and now we have things where we can knit up sweaters, cardigans, scarves, bathing suits, skirts, dresses, hats, headbands, earrings. It's just so much fun stuff you can do today. Now, fun fact about Egypt is that it's no middle ground within their weather. It's either very hot or very cold. It's not like here, like in New York City, where it's warm, where we get all fall seasons. Yeah, so it's either very hot, my chair keep moving, it's either very hot or very cold. Now the thing is, how do they do with that? It's either you hot, and you just dress like comfortably in your bed, where you probably got like shorts on and like, you know, something comfortable, and it's you're very cold where you're sleeping with like sweatpants and long sleeve shirts. Like, that's crazy. Now my older sister, her husband is from Egypt, and yeah, I found that out from him. Like, it's either very hot or very cold. No middle ground. Okay, that's why I love like living in here in New York City, because we get all 4 seasons. Now, would I ever move? I don't know if I would ever move out of New York City. I don't know, because like I'm so used to traveling to get the things that's easy to get to, and like, you know, just, I don't know, here living in New York City, it's just more easy to like get to the stuff that you want to do, or like meet people. I don't know, it's very, very easy in my opinion. Now, I don't really know the difference between other places, but from the videos and stuff that I learned, it's very easy living here in New York City. I mean, everything is expensive, but you get more opportunities and like more like free will, I guess you would say, to do what you please. But you know, yeah. Now, I feel like in today's world, a lot of people don't really know where knitting actually originated from. Now, we all know when it comes to social media, all they show is white people and Asian people. I don't really see too many Spanish people. It's like rare. For me, for the followers that I have and whoever follow me, I don't really see Hispanic people knitting. I only really see whites and Asians that's like abroad of like within the knitting community that is shown on all social media platforms, all of them. Now, the thing is, when it comes to us black people, you have to type in black knitters, black crocheters, black people who do this, black people who do this, you know, black entrepreneurs, black, you know, black creators, stuff like that. You have to type us in to find us, which is crazy, because once you open up your Instagram, your TikTok, your Snapchat, whatever social media that you have, you're going to see white people first, even before the Asians. White people's going to come first, you know? And it's been like that since day one, ever since this earth was created. Well, ever since our knowledge of, like, when slavery started and stuff like that, you know? Even though, like, all white people, and they come first, and, like, with everything, not just, like, in the knitting community, just with everything, and we all know this, I still love being black. I still love the color of my skin. I still love that I was created to just be, like, the most, like, what's the word I'm looking for? The most, like, immaculate human being ever. And I don't think any other race can say that. I never heard any other race say, oh, I love being white. Oh, I love being Asian. Maybe they do and I haven't heard before, but I always hear my people say, I love being black. It was a question that this man was asked people, like, outside in, like, New York City. And he asked, if you was to choose any other race, what race would you be? And he asked people, like, that's black, and we said black. Every person that got asked that question, they said black. We would not want to be any other race, because it's like, we are just, like, everything. Even though we go through so much crap, we love being black. It's just everything, you know, because of the way it was created and what we have within us. We are so creative and, well, like, I know, we are just everything. I love us. Now, like I said in the beginning, I started knitting in April of 2021. And when I first started knitting up, I wasn't too sure about it because of the yarn and some places where I learned how they make it and where it comes from. Now, I thought, like, all yarn comes from animals. And that kind of, like, made me nervous because I didn't want to, like, knit up yarn that come from directly from an animal. But not all yarns do, of course, and that made me feel so much more better. And my first ever knitting item was a chunky sweater that went terribly wrong, and I don't even know where it's at, to be honest. I have no idea where I put it. Maybe I threw it away, or I probably took it all unraveled. I probably unraveled it, but I still don't know where it's at. I cleaned up my closet and everything. I don't know where it's at, but it was so terrible. And I think that's why I made it more easy for me. And then I started knitting them scarves, something more simple, just so I can get them, just so I can get, like, the flow of knitting, like, with my hands and stuff. So yeah, and then after that I made a cardigan, my first cardigan ever. I put a picture here, and people be like, you made that? I'm like, yeah, girl, I made it. You want? So yeah, that was, like, knitting is so much more fun. Like, I love crocheting too, but I love crocheting, like, accessories. Crochet accessories is chef's kiss. Like, I love it so much, you know. And I feel like crocheting accessories is more easier than knitting up, like, cute accessories. Crochet accessories, it goes faster than knitting up knit accessory, in my opinion. I could be wrong, but for me, it goes way faster to crochet cute accessories. What do you think? So when it comes to me knitting up patterns, I fell in love. Now, I mentioned before, like a few minutes ago, my first ever, like, correct knitting up item was a cardigan. Now, the thing is, when I noticed these, like, knitwear pieces that was getting my attention, it reminded me of, like, back in the day, like 1970s. That's what attracts me. Now, I had knitted up, like, regular stuff too. That's, like, in today's world of, like, what people wear. But I'm going back of, like, my thing, my feel of knitwear, and it is the 1970s knitwear. I had made a reel. post it here, or you can just follow me on Instagram and go watch it. You know what I'm saying? Don't forget to follow me. I'm almost at 400 followers, and I definitely have to start over because I had a original page. I was almost at 1,000 followers. I was almost there, but somebody got to my page. I think it's because I signed it to my laptop, but I didn't sign out. I forgot to sign out for like 2 days, I think, and then somebody got me. Somebody got me, but I'm happy I did start over because I have much more of a better feel and energy on my new page that I have today. So yes, y'all, 1970s knitwear is so me. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. It just like screams me, like, you know? And like during that time, their clothing pieces, it can't touch nothing, no other era for me personally, because during that time they put like oomph in they like clothing pieces, and I love that. Like the fashion today is cool, but it's just something about the 1970s. It's just 1960s and 1970s. Chef's kiss. Like I love it so much. I just want the knitting community and like just social media in general just to like represent where they actually get their knitwear from, because in my opinion I feel like a lot of these like people who like do like the back in the day knitwear items, I feel like they know it comes from black people, but they don't like really represent that at all. Because all of the 1970s knitwear that I knitted up, I swear to you, that was like, of course like white people have wore it too, but it's like I honestly feel like it originated from us first, you know? Like, you know, like, that's how I honestly feel. And it's like, it was one day I was like, scrolling through of like what I wanted to knit. I'm like, this look like they got it from like a black person. Like, I just got that feel, you know? Like, this is so like a black person, like, look, you know? So 1960s and 1970s knitwear I have so much more of. Now I would do like simple looks as well, that's cute, but 1970s and 1960s is so me. I think I'm gonna stick with that as long as I'm knitting, okay? So yes guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to give me a like, comment, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in my next one. And tell me your thoughts of like how you feel, like what do you know, any facts that I haven't like told or shared with you? Comment down below, share me your thoughts, and yeah, I'll see you in my next one. Bye.